there are a lot of good ideas, but you need the budget to support that idea. And so if you have to be realistic. Can this be told with like a very small crew, very little gear, or this needs a big production to make justice to that idea? But the simple answer, at least in my case, is if I see it in my head, if I can see the movie in my head and I have all these ideas coming, I know it's gonna work. But if I'm struggling to find, okay, and then what happens next, and how do we end this, and how long is this gonna be, I know it's not gonna work. It's gonna be like an uphill battle. And having a rule-based system like Stephen King's, he sits down every morning and he won't leave the office until he wrote 2,000 words per day. And they can be shitty 2,000 words or amazing 2,000 words. It doesn't matter. It's 2,000 words. And then next day and next day and next day. And sometimes the 2,000 words, he's gonna keep 10 because the other ones are bad. But it's every day, the discipline, the rules of following the system, which applies to the chef's table, applies to Beyonce, a system. People are lazy and use lack of resources as an excuse. So, I cannot do this because we don't have the budget for an ambulance in the hospital. It's like, well, do you really need an ambulance in a hospital? And what are you trying to say with the ambulance? And maybe you can recreate that feeling in a classroom for zero money with the proper lights and the proper sound effects. And then you're gonna recreate that and make it powerful. And you can shoot it in one day for like basically no money. So the excuse of, we don't have the camera, we don't have the budget, we don't have the time is often just that, an excuse. So being realistic, but at the same time challenging yourself. It's like, okay, I love to think when I'm starting a new project, how would I do this if this were easy? If I could make it easy, how would I approach this project? And that I write it down, and that's the workflow I try to do. The most minimalistic, the simplest way to tackle this project. I am a perfectionist, and I am the guy, or was the guy, who would spend hours making sure that the keynote presentation is perfect, that the font is perfect, that everything is centered. And one day I realized, you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody noticed. Nobody knows that it's there. And I switched to my 80% rule, which is when it's 80% ready, it's ready to ship and start something else. Because that last 20%, nobody will care. The client won't pay you more. And there's nothing, that last 20% is in many cases a waste of time. So you're much better off getting to 85% and then ship it out. Next one, 85%, ship it out. And some people will complain, well, I mean, it's not 100%. Yeah, but you are doing 50 projects and not 2 or 3 per year. And that really works. And of course, you have to know when to do it. You're not gonna do it with your most important client. You're not gonna do it with a first-time client. You need to pick your battles. But especially for your personal work, for your own, you're writing a short story, is 80% there. Okay, next one, next one, and next one, and next one. And then just like the geniuses, just like Picasso and Einstein and Mozart, volume, quantity matters as much, if not more, than quality. Because eventually the quantity is gonna lead you to quality.